Yo, it's Jay Pokédex, and in today's video, we're entering the Ultra League with some hot meta Pokemon. In this team, we're running Bellibolt as our lead, Tapu Fini as our safe swap, and Skeledirge as our closer. If you guys want more videos like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment any suggestions for future teams. Alright, let's get into this video now. Alright, starting off with our first battle, we're leading into a Gardevoir. And again, I'm leading with the Bellibolt. I have Sucker Punch, so it is neutral to the Gardevoir due to it being a fairy type. But it's running Charm, so, I'm just going to farm up. Keep it farming up real quick, Just a little over farm. Throw the, what is that? The Parabolic Charge. Yeah, we throw the Parabolic Charge, up the defense a little bit. The Charm won't do as much damage, but it still won't do as much. But he decided not to shield, so I'm going to just go straight for the farm down. Why not? Free energy. Got another Parabolic Charge. Like, that's such a misplay on his end. I mean, honestly, I don't know. But still, he brings in the Skeledirge. It's easily countered. And then you bring in the Decidueye. Like, come on, man. Like, I could have safe swapped to my Tapu Fini, but at the same time, he swapped out so fast. And I tend to leave my Bellibolt in more often than not because of the simple fact that it does up his defense. But it answers a lot of the meta in the Ultra League. Like, if you don't run a Bellibolt, I believe he's like #1 in the Ultra League right now. But he's great. He's a great mon. I suggest it. Any team comp with Bellibolt is probably the best comp. But yeah, he takes out the Bellibolt with his Decidueye. I come in with my Skeledirge, and then I was gonna immediately swap into my Tapu Fini, but he decided to concede the match, and that's one win for us. All right, so in this battle, we actually lead right into the Scizor right here. And I believe this is our second battle. I might be a little confused from recording because I accidentally deleted this voiceover. But now we into this, though. But yeah, he's going straight for the Bug Bites real quick. So I charge up to my Parabolic Charge. He wins the CMP tie. But I didn't know the counts for Bug Bite. I'm used to Bullet Punch, so that's on me that I shielded this Link Slash, which was a waste of a shield. But honestly, it didn't really matter at the end of the game because, we hit this Parabolic Charge, and now we're able to farm him straight down. But he actually goes for a Night Slash before we are able to farm him down. And honestly, after this farm down, he should have probably just swapped out because giving me unnecessary energy. Like, I just banked the Parabolic Charge. You just gave me unnecessary energy. You could have just tried to use him to catch. But here you go. He comes in with this Giratina, and he swaps right onto the Swampert. So I'm like, I'll switch out into the Fini because not only the Fini could check the Swampert, but it could check that Giratina. So let's go. But yeah, so right here, I'm calling it. You're going for the Hydro Cannon. Easy, no shield. That's resisted. Bang. Took like a quarter HP right there. Not mad about that. So we get charged up to the Moonblast, and then we go straight for the Surf right here. And I believe he shields this one. And yeah, he shields this. And that actually would have done some pretty decent damage. I think that would have gotten him into like the low yellow or like high reds. So it was cool with that. But right here, he actually did bait me again. And I was super upset. I was so pissed. I'm like, dang, man. Like, I should even have shielded that. But, we go straight for this Surf right here. And this Surf would have actually taken him out. But he decided to shield. And he wants to save this Swampert badly. I don't know why, but he does. So we immediately just we decided to let our Tapu Fini go down. He goes straight for the Earthquake. Does tremendous damage. It's neutral. And Earthquake is probably one of the best moves in Pokemon history. So, but right here, we go for one fast attack. Go straight for the Parabolic Charge right there. Parabolic Charge doesn't take him out, actually. So I actually do have to hit him with another fast attack. But we got the +1 defense, though, or +2. I don't know what it does. But I know we got our defense raises. And now we're going straight for the Zap Cannon. And the Zap Cannon isn't... This is pitiful. This powerful move, the Zap to Giratina. Like, that Giratina must be great IVs. I mean, my Bellibolt isn't the best. But that Giratina has to have great IVs, though. There's no way. But, No, I take that back. It was resisted. But this is a cleanup right here from my Skeledirge. This is why we got you here, buddy. You feel me? You eating up these ancient powers and these dragon claws, and now we're going straight for this Shadow Ball. And we already know what this Shadow Ball is going to do. It don't do too much, but it's going to take you out, though. And that's a GG dub on our end. All right, headed into our third battle for this video. We're actually leading to a Swampert, and this is not an ideal matchup, so I immediately swap into my Tapu Fini. But what I do realize is, so I'm actually on a 15-game win streak with this team. 15 battles in a row currently. And I realized that Bellibolt isn't a bad option to go against the Swampert. Yeah, you don't really have that much answers to him, but you could tank Hydro Cannons as long as you don't get baited and he lands an Earthquake. Then you're golden. But I wish I would have had a video from earlier today that I was bodying Swampers with Bellibolt, and I was super hyped. I think it's probably just because the rank I'm in, but at the same time, but geez, that Crash Knot did some major damage right here. But I make it. I was gonna say I think I make it to a Surf right here actually, and I'm able to get the Surf off real quick. So, a little more chip damage to this Crest because that Crest is an immediate wall to me. But I already know I'm going to be able to take that Crest out with a lot of other mons. So I think I come back in with the Bellibolt. Oh, no, I go in with the Incinerate right here. The Incinerate. I go in with the Skeledirge, and I go for Incinerate immediately. But he throws his charge move, and I believe it's a Moonblast. Yeah, he goes straight for the Moonblast. So that's resisted, and I'm easily able to farm him down. And I could bank on that. I got the Scorch Song in the back or the Shadow Ball. But I believe right here I go for this. When they come back in with their... So I think they come back in with their Swampert. I go straight for the Scorch Song. Yeah, I go for one Incinerate. I go straight for the Scorch Song right here. And I only did that just to try to bait their shield and get that attack boosted. So there you go. Baited his shield out. Shield 1. Now, I should have honestly went for the Shadow Ball because I did bait him. But I thought he would have did some pro level moves right here and shielded, but he decided not to shield. And I said, whoa. Whoa, dude. But anyway, though, but I decided to shield right here. Take that Hydro Cannon. And they switch in their Charizard, so I immediately just banked the Shadow Ball, and I swapped right into my Bellibolt, and I caught that Dragon Claw all day, because that Dragon Claw would have took out my Skeledirge. But I immediately caught that Dragon Claw. Now, that does nothing. I'm able to farm him all the way up until I get to my Parabolic Charge. Immediately go for it so I could get that defense boost just in case he wants to go for his Blast Burn. And I don't think we land this one. Oh, no, we did land it. Oh, man. Yeah, he should have shielded, but he brings in the Swampert. And honestly, I believe I shield right here. Yeah, but he went straight for the Earthquake, I believe. And no, he went for the Hydro Cannon. He actually baited me. Wow. But right here, I go straight for the Parabolic Charge. This is definitely going to take his last shield. And then I immediately swap into my Skeledirge for the back-to-back charge moves. And, well, I was trying to, but he actually conceded a match. And we win this one. All right, heading into our second battle, we actually lead into a Shadow Primate. And I'm going to be honest, I did not think this Primate was going to be that much of an issue. I'm like, dude, yeah, you might hit hard, but you frail, dude. You already frail as a Primate. As a Shadow, you super frail. But let me tell you something. This Primate did work to me. I am not used to going against a Rage Fist Primate. And this has been out for a while. And I know it's been out for a while. But I have not been playing Go, especially the Go Battle League. I'll probably hop on, catch a few mons, do a raid or two, the Dynamax raids as well. But, geez. But I try to swap onto my Skeledirge. He brings in his Zygarde. 100% formed Zygarde. Dude, if you don't get that out the Ultra League and go to the Master League, boy. Come on. But we ended up landing the Torch Song just to get our attack buff. And I'm like, dude, this is immediately a no. I should have just conceded the match. But I'm like, I'm determined. I'm at the end of the day, I'm like, I could do something to try to make it work, But I go straight for the Shadow Ball once I get there. But we already know this is death. The Skeledirge is done. He's donezo. So, But we ended up landing the Shadow Ball, which is cool and all, but at the same time, Incinerate is doing no damage. I'm against a ground type. On top of that, it's a dragon type, so he's quad resisted, and that's a bad thing. But we bring in the Tapu Fini. He decides to just immediately throw. I think he goes straight for the crunch, and my dumb self shielded. I did not mean to shield, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, are you serious right now? I could have tanked that any day. And he goes for another one. Like, look at this pathetic damage that it does. Look at this. Abysmal. Oh my gosh. Like, dude, I should not have burnt my shield on that. Man. I was like, dude. But especially after that shield, I was like, oh, I'm done. I almost cursed, but I was like, I'm done for it. Like, there's no way I could come back from this game. And then you bring in a Talonflame with 2 shields against a Tapu Fini, you're taking it out any day of the week. Like, and I tried. Like, you see, I go for the Parabolic Charge, and I honestly should have just farmed up to the Zap Cannon at one point, but he decided to shield that as well, and then he brings in his Primate, and I'm like, oh, can I get it out here? Can I take it out? Can I do it? And No, not with a Parabolic Charge. Yeah, you see that? Sliver HP, 1 HP, like half a heart hero, or half a heart warrior. That's what they used to call it in Minecraft. But you see that? And then I actually took him out with the fast move. I'm sorry about that. I took him out with my fast move. But now you could just bring in the Talonflame, go for flies, and call it the day. That's only 2 Incinerates. See, like, fly, bang, and then you could just go for another one. You see? Immediately. And that's GG right here. But, hey, no YouTubers post L's. That means they're lying because we all take L's. So, but that was a good game, though. GG's. All right, for our final video, we actually lead into a Lucario. And, man, oh, man, the amount of Lucario leads in the Ultra League right now, I don't know what YouTuber decided to do this, or what type of trend that people are looking at, but do not lead with Lucario in the Ultra League. Like, he is not an ideal mon to be running in the league. I mean, like, he's a fun set. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I've run Lucarios, and it's a fun mon to use because, like, you seen that he baited my shield, went for the power-up punch. Now, I don't get the shield because now he got a +1 power-up punch off, and I'm not shielding another one. But now I go straight for the Parabolic Charge right here. And I believe he shields this. And I get the defense boost, and I go straight for another one real quick. And honestly, I'm like, please do not shield. Just don't shield this. Just please. And he does. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So I switch out to my Tapu Fini, going for the neutral water gun the whole time. And I'm just sitting there like, are you going to bait me, or are you going to go for the Shadow Ball? You're going to go for the Shadow Ball, right? Yeah, he goes for the Shadow Ball. Now we got 0 shields out in the field, and I'm just like, dude, come on. But I'm actually happy that he swapped out when he swapped out because I had energy banked on my Tapu Fini, and I ate this Leaf Blade up, and now I'm able to go for this Moonblast. And this Moonblast actually did a pretty good amount of damage to the Sceptile. I'm not going to lie. Look at this. Bang. I'm like, dude, like, come on, like, what? But I'm like, I thought I got bring in the Skeledirge. I'm like, damn, do I bring in the Bellibolt and try? But yeah, that's what I did. So yeah, he immediately drew, and he immediately threw, and I was like, dude, you could have probably farmed me down. Like, he probably was scared because I had extra energy, and he didn't know if I was gonna get to a Parabolic Charge or not. But now, let's go for our late game cleanup crew. Right here, Skeledirge. Yeah, you could bring out the Swampert all you want. But he tried to catch that. No, you can't. No, you can't. Look at this. And I'm at this point, I think I was playing with him too. He goes straight for his Hydro Cannon. Honestly, he should have just farmed up to the Earthquake, and he would have taken me out because all you needed was 3 more mud shots, and you would have gotten there. But now I'm going for back-to-back moves. Hit you with this Torch Song. Bang. Got my Shadow Ball loaded up. +1 Shadow Ball is guaranteed to take you out. And we already know what this is. A dub in the books. But thank you, y'all, for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one.